close your eyes, relax, and let the story unfold. A young Thai intern arrived in Fukuoka, Japan, only to find his dormitory was never meant for the living. From faces beneath the bed to footsteps in slippers and doors slamming with fury, every night was a battle with the unseen. This story was told by Mr. Tong, who traveled to Japan for an overseas internship more than a decade ago. 12 years ago, fresh out of university, Tong was selected for a training program in Fukuoka, Japan. He would spend 3 rotations there, each lasting 6 months. The dormitory for foreign trainees was part of a large factory complex, surrounded on all sides by farmland and forests. It was a U-shaped building with only 12 rooms, isolated, quiet, and unsettling from the moment he arrived. Before his departure, a Thai manager who had stayed there before warned him. He told of one night during the sticky season between summer and rain. Sleeping on the floor between 2 bunks, he awoke cold and turned to see a woman's face staring from beneath the bed. Pale, middle-aged, expressionless. No body. Just a face, appearing and reappearing no matter how he turned. Terrified, he spent the night on his colleague's bunk with the lights on. Tong laughed it off then, dismissing it as a scary tale for newcomers. But when he set foot in Japan that January, strange things began almost immediately. In the training center restroom, the 5th urinal flushed by itself, while Tong used the first. He blamed faulty sensors, though only one fixture was occupied. Weeks later, a group of Thai staff arrived for a short 2-week stay, including a female interpreter in her 40s. She was assigned room 1, the same room from the earlier story. After a night of drinking, she woke around 2 a.m. and stepped into the hall. There, framed by the glass door of the fire escape, stood a woman in white, long hair drifting as if in wind. She wasn't looking at the interpreter, but out into the frozen night. The temperature outside was -3 degrees Celsius. No living person could have been standing there. Word spread quickly. From then on, no one used the bathrooms alone after dark. When the Thai group left, another set of trainees arrived from the Philippines. One night around 10 p.m., furious pounding echoed across every door in the U-shaped dorm, even the empty ones. Tong assumed someone drunk was making noise. But the next day, one of the Filipinos, his eyes dark with sleeplessness, confessed. A woman had walked through his door, stood in the center of his room, and mumbled in a language he couldn't understand. Slobber dripped from her mouth as she stared. It wasn't a one-time vision. Every Thursday night she returned. He begged to change rooms, but the Japanese supervisors only shrugged. If a ghost wants to haunt you, it can follow you anywhere. Eventually, the group huddled together in one room, lights and music blaring, hoping to keep her at bay. For Dong, the unease grew worse when the foreign trainees dwindled, leaving only him and 2 other Thai colleagues. What began as toilets flushing themselves, though they were manual levers, not sensors, escalated into clear footsteps. Late at night, the sound of slippers shuffled outside the stalls. Once, they all heard running, the shadow of legs passing under the door, though no one answered their calls. Even B, the skeptic, heard it too. Slippers sprinting, a shadow darting by. He nearly dropped to his knees in terror. Then came the night that Dong cannot forget. It was summer shifting to the wet season, winds howling through the valley. At 11 p.m., he stood on the balcony that overlooked the glass entrance doors. As he spoke on the phone with his girlfriend, the sliding doors below suddenly opened on their own. No one stood there. They closed again. He assumed a moth or lizard had triggered the sensor. But 30 minutes later, the doors slammed shut. Not once, but again and again, banging together with unnatural force. Bam, bam, bam. His phone slipped from his hands, tumbling from the 2nd floor. The next day, he and his engineer friends tested the doors. The diagnostics showed no error. The system could only reset once. Open fully, then close fully. Never repeated slamming. There was no scientific explanation. Finally, Dong sought answers from the oldest Japanese manager on site. The man spoke hesitantly, but admitted, before the dormitory and factory were built, the land had been a cemetery. During the war, it had also served as a temporary field hospital. With that revelation, everything made sense. The face beneath the bed, the woman in white at the fire escape, the footsteps in slippers through empty halls, the doors slamming with rage. From then on, Dong and the others lived with constant dread. Each evening, they checked the bulletin board to see if new trainees would arrive. More people meant less fear. They carried charms from Thai temples, even amulets from Japanese shrines, but nothing worked. Everyone who stayed there experienced something. When his rotation ended, Dong returned to Thailand, relieved to leave the dormitory behind. But the building remained. Every new group of trainees told the same stories. Footsteps in the empty halls, breathing in the dark, faces beneath the beds. And on stormy nights, the glass doors still slam open and shut with violent force, echoing across the fields as if the land itself remembers. No one knows who or what haunts those 12 rooms, waiting for the next stranger to arrive. If you enjoyed this true horror story, subscribe to Tale After Dark for more chilling tales every week.